Chattanooga Public Library, and today I have three very special guests joining me. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
My name is Josie. My name is Jude. I am Lucas.
And Josie and Jude and Lucas are going to be helping me make papyrus today. Do you guys know what papyrus is?
Nope.
No? Okay. So it's this very cool kind of paper that they used in Egypt 3,000 years ago. And it's become kind of a special art now. People don't make it anymore except for people who make really fancy papers. So we're going to learn how to make some of our own today, okay? So to get started, let's show everybody what they need, okay? So we need some construction paper. You guys have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All set. You got all different colors ready to go?
Yep.
Awesome. So we need some glue and a measuring cup. We're going to need about half a cup of glue.
Got scissors.
Scissors. We're going to talk about those in a minute. You're also going to need some water. You guys got water ready? And so we've got our measuring cups, our glue, our water, and we need something to stir with.
Spoons are also over there.
Perfect. And we've got all of our different colors of construction paper. So, papyrus comes from the papyrus plant, which is a reed. Do you guys know what a reed is?
Oh, yes, I do.
What?
A reed is a plant.
Yes.
It's like a long, skinny plant.
Yes. And it does sound like the word reed, like when you read a book too, but you're right. It's a tall, skinny plant. It looks like a piece of grass, except way taller. And when you peel away the green outside, the inside almost looks like really soft wood. So when people are using the papyrus plant to make the paper papyrus, they cut that soft wood inside into little strips. So the first thing we're going to do is cut our construction paper into strips. So go ahead and decide what colors you would like your papyrus to be and pick out your construction paper. You want at least 2 sheets. Everybody got their paper? Excellent. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to tear your paper into strips. And you want to tear it, like hold it horizontally. Like this.
Scissors.
Tear it down the short end or cut it. It's up to you. I like to tear it just because I like this really cool like edge that it makes when you tear it. But if you prefer to have straight edges, you can cut it. So it's up to you.
I mean, I guess I'm not a really good cutter, so it might be like that.
That's okay. The cool thing about papyrus is it doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay, what do we do after we cut a strip?
Well, you're going to cut your whole piece of paper into strips.
Okay.
You're going to need lots and lots of strips. In fact, you're going to cut both pieces of paper into strips. So the cool thing about the papyrus is you can make it all different colors or you can make it one color. It's up to you. Now, if we were making real papyrus, this would take much, much longer because we would have to cut into the actual plant and slice it into pieces, and we would need lots and lots of papyrus reeds to do it. So fortunately, we already have construction paper ready.
Item that in this set represents the reed?
Yes, exactly.
What is it?
What is what?
The special item that represents it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Our construction paper represents the reed. Because you know how I said if you cut it open, it's kind of like soft wood, and then they have to cut the wood into strips?
Yeah.
Our paper is kind of like the soft wood that we are cutting into strips. Now this one I accidentally made too big. Like I made it skinny at the top and way big at the bottom. And we want it to be close to the same width all the way down. So that one I'm not going to use, but like, it's okay.
Hey, Ms. Courtney.
Yes.
Have you ever had an idea about making like paper snowflakes? Just because they're fun, not because of winter?
Oh, I have thought about that, but I haven't thought about doing it in a long time. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, not because it's winter and I want winter back anything or anything.
Yeah.
It's fun. It was
It's
actually
fun.
kind of colder than it normally is today. It was colder outside than it normally is today.
Yeah, when it got a little bit cloudy. I suppose if you wanted to, you could even cut out a snowflake and we could make it into the papyrus if you wanted to.
That's a good idea. I'm going to do that.
Want to do that? Okay.
World champion.
Yeah, kind of the cool thing about making papyrus this way is once you know how to do it, you can make all kinds of different designs and do different things with the paper. So if you guys want to put a snowflake in your papyrus, we can totally do that. Now, papyrus comes from Egypt. It grew along the Nile River, so they probably, wouldn't have put snowflake designs in theirs because they wouldn't have seen snow. But we can make snowflakes in ours if we want to. Are you guys ready to get messy?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have something to cover your workspace. I am using a piece of construction paper. What do you guys have to cover your table? I think you have a really cool way of protecting your table.
Plastic wrap.
Plastic wrap. So you have it wrapped around your table so that your table stays protected, don't you?
Yes.
That is such a creative problem-solving tool to put plastic wrap around the table. And Dusty, it looks like you've got a smock that you're putting on to protect your clothes.
An apron.
An apron. Very cool.
Miss Courtney.
Yes.
It doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, and if you had fun, then it's a success.
I love that. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to write that down in my journal today. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure out half a cup of glue and then half a cup of water.
What do you mean? Half a cup.
Okay. So if you don't have a measuring cup, then what you need to do is just to make sure that you put the same amount of glue and the same amount of water.
Probably.
So once you've got them both in there, you want to take your spoons and stir it up really, really.
I'm gonna get the cheesels. Does anybody haven't had any glue left? Like the water's activator, but it's like making the glue go crazy and dissolve away.
What it's actually going to do is make your glue really runny, and that's what we want it to do. We want it to be runny. So you can kind of see, this is my glue and water mixture that I made last night, and it's really, really fluid and really runny, and it's not very thick at all.
Yeah.
Next thing you do is grab your paper towel.
Everybody, please grab a paper towel.
Grab one sheet of paper towel.
Yeah. A singular. Big one. Got one.
You got it?
Yeah.
Now put it down in a clear spot on your workspace. Make sure it's on top of that plastic wrap so that it's nice and protected.
Yes. Next.
Next. All right, so this is the part where we're going to start making the actual papyrus. You're going to pick one of your paper strips. You're going to dip it in the glue and get it nice and coated. And then look, you're going to hold it up and you're going to run your fingers down it so it kind of like lets the glue drip back off of it. Like this.
Okay.
Yeah, just like that, Josie.
Let me check.
And
Then
then
you put it on a paper towel?
yes, then you're going to lay it on the paper towel vertically, up and down.
This feels so wrong, but so right.
It's very gooey. I had a lot of fun when I was making my papyrus last night because it was so gooey. And you can alternate colors. You can make it all the same color. You can do it however you want. But here's the important thing, okay? Make sure you guys are watching this part. When you get ready to do your second strip and you've dumped it and rubbed the glue off, When you lay it down, make sure it overlaps the first strip just a little bit.
Doing it wrong. I actually did that.
Perfect. That is awesome.
I thought I was doing it wrong.
No, yeah, that's exactly the way you do it. You want your little strips to overlap. So make sure all your strips are overlapping just a little bit when you lay them down on top of the paper towel. So here's the thing. You see how we're laying out our pieces of paper?
Yeah.
When artists make papyrus paper out of the papyrus plant, they actually cut the plant into thin strips like this, and they lay it down over each other the way we're laying this down now. Only it's a little bit thicker because it looks like tiny, thin pieces of wood laid over each other. You're going to want to cover the whole thing. So you're going to cover the paper towel in strips going up and down, and then we're going to go back horizontally and put them across too.
Wait, we're going on top again?
Yes, but we have to lay down the first layer first. We have to do the vertical layers first.
Whoops.
Ooh, that's a nice big strip right there that Josie's got. And Lucas.
What happens when your strips are too long to go sideways, but you filled up the entire thing? Do you still keep overlapping them on each other?
You should only need to overlap them once, because otherwise it will take a really, really long time to dry.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that there and then get
You've already got your whole paper towel filled up?
Yep.
Okay, so now what you're gonna want to do then, Jude, is take your snowflake and dip it in the glue mixture.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I stuck it on the front. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay. But wait till you do your second layer before you stick your snowflake on, or it might not show up.
This was a genius idea.
Yeah, I really like it. I think I'm gonna make some more papyrus later just for fun to make cards and things like that out of, because you can make it whatever color and design you want.
Oh my gosh, there's a bubble. Look. Yeah, I know. There's a glue bubble.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna leave my snowflake papyrus in the bowl and then do my second layer.
Okay. If you leave it in the glue bowl, it will get really, really soft really fast, and it might fall apart. Can you guys see my camera down here where I'm overlapping my strips up and down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty colors.
Thank you. You guys have some very pretty colors too.
I have orange and white.
That is very cool.
Could I make an entire...
I know Miss Lee would love orange and white papyrus.
I want a giant sheet papyrus.
A giant sheet papyrus. Very cool.
I mean like a big...
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Take one of the papers, like full-size papers, and put it in the glue mixture.
Oh, now that would be interesting. If you did that, if you used entire sheets of paper and dipped them and then laid them and crossed them.
That would take a long time to do.
Giant piece of papyrus.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be really interesting.
I want to put them on a giant piece of papyrus.
I used all my paper.
You used all your paper? Okay. Did you do your strips up and down?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to make another layer going across. So I'll show you on the camera. We're going to dunk our strips. And then once we've made our layers all the way up and down, we're going to make a horizontal layer. We're going to put them across.
Can I wash my hands now?
Did you put all your strips across as well? Yes?
Weren't they supposed to go on top of each other?
Well, we put down one layer up and down, and then we're going to put another layer across the top. So you should have 2 layers.
Yeah, so I did one layer, and then I did the orange strips across like that, and then I did another layer in the middle, and then I did 2 white ones I have left on this thing, and then in the middle the snowflake.
Okay. Can you grab the camera and bring it around so I can see your finished?
Do that if I can I wash my hands to
Oh, you're right. There's one more step. Wait, Josie.
Okay.
Before you wash your hands, there's one more step. If you've got all your paper all laid out, before you wash your hands, if you have your paper all laid out, you want to rub your hands over the sides like this and kind of squish as much glue out of it as you can. And just kind of smooth it out and squish the glue out. Ooh.
It makes it look pink.
Oh yeah. It can smear the dye a little bit and give it a really cool design. So once you squish all the glue out, well, not all the glue, but you know, as much glue as you can.
Just wait.
Well, now we're gonna let it dry, and when it dries, if you guys want, you can write on it or paint on it. You can make a card out of it. You can do whatever you want. But if you are okay with it and your mom is okay with it, I would love it if you guys posted it online so I could see what it looks like with our MPRL 2020 hashtag.
I'm probably going to take a picture of it.
Yes, take a picture of it.
And I think it sticks to the napkin.
Yes, it's supposed to stick to the paper towel. Oh, cool, Josie.
Okay, I'm going to have to wash my hands again, but.
Very cool. That is awesome. I love how different all of your papyrus looks. That is awesome. All right. So this is the one I'm working on right now. But I made one last night that I wanted to show you. This is the one I made last night, and it's still drying a little bit, so I haven't peeled it off yet, but that's what it looked like when it was finished. I was really excited about it. Woohoo! Josie, thank you so much for coming and making papyrus with me.
You're welcome.
You guys are super fun to make stuff with.
Thank you.
Oh, cool.
It's like a car.
Okay, so my favorite thing is that all 3 of yours look really, really different and really unique. And I love that. That's so cool.
Oh my gosh, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Rainbow!
Rainbow!
Doing this with me. You guys are awesome.
Thanks. I look forward to doing this again.
Me too. And I can't wait to see your pictures too. You guys want to say bye to everybody who's going to be watching our video?
Bye.
Bye.